and welcome to day 21 of Litmas. So today will probably be a very short video because it is simply an announcement. In the year of 2022, I wanted to work on a kind of collaborative project with all of you. I don't know the right term for it, but I'm gonna say it's a collaborative project involving a Discord, some polls, and all the indie books we can get our hands on. Excuse me for a moment. Come down here. This shelf right here is all the indie books that I own or were starting as indie books, like Thorn. Thorn started as an indie. I go to conventions and things a lot, and I collect books that are indie published because I want to support indie writers, but also because they interest me and I want to read them. Currently, I have 20 indie books, and I anticipate getting more in the month of January because I have another convention I'm going to. But one of the things I like to do at conventions is try to buy as many indie books as I possibly can to support other authors, and also I like books. So for the year 2022, I want to make sure that I am prioritizing them by at least reading one indie book every single month. And how I wanted to do this is to also collaborate with all of you and challenge you guys to read one indie book every single month via a Discord. I've started my own personal Discord for all things that are QWERTY and stuff, but are in particular for this project. So every month I will be showcasing a few different indie books that I have picked up, and we can all vote on which book we want to read, and I'll try to see. I haven't really worked out the details of how to get everybody the book, but a lot of the books are available on Kindle Unlimited if you're into reading ebooks, and I just really want to continue spreading the love for indies because indie books get a lot of crap all of the time, and we don't deserve it. You know, there are a lot of really great indie books out there that deserve all the world. Like, you know what? We all deserve the Martian treatment, okay? If you don't know, The Martian was an indie book before it was bought and made into a gigantic movie, and now Andy Weir is amazing and one of my favorite authors of all time. Anyway, I do think that self-publishing and indie books get a really bad rap for a lot of reasons, which we've gone over in previous Unpopular Opinions videos. I just really want to celebrate indie authors because I've found myself in this great community on AuthorTube, which is a bunch of indie authors, and just the support and love everybody shares for each other is just really amazing. And I want to kind of try to give back by spreading word of these indie books that people don't normally pick up. So we're going to be doing that. So every month I will be releasing a poll and the descriptions of all these books, and everyone will vote on what we're going to be doing. But because this is December, we have to do our first poll now. So I'm going to do the first poll here, and you can also go vote on the Discord. So the books that I have selected for January that everybody can try to get their hands on are, I have 4 books that I got 3 different ways. So the first one actually came in an Owl Grate many, many years ago, but it is an indie book, and that is New World Rising by Jennifer Wilson. This is a dystopian novel. Synopsis is, since witnessing her parents' murders at the age of 11, Phoenix's only purpose in life has been to uphold her mother's dying words to be strong and survive. But surviving outside of the walls, outside of the sanctuary, is more like a drawn-out death sentence. A cruel and ruthless city, Tartarus is run by the tribes whose motto is simple: join or die. Refusing to join and determined to live, Phoenix fights to survive in this savage world. But who can she trust when no one can be trusted, not even herself? This is also the start of a trilogy, but it came in an Owl Crate many, many years ago, but it was a little bonus book that we got. Next up, I picked up at Cosign 2 years ago, and I actually have 3 books by them, but I chose this one because it was just the one that I picked first, and that is Alekhines Gun by Corbin Dunn, and this is a recollection paradigm novel. The continent of Amon remains as the last bastion for the various mortal races, the rest of the planet extinguished by the mysterious unthinkable, a century past. The scattered colonies function mostly in isolation, and travel between them is treacherous indeed. But a pair of Sky-Touch sisters make a living in the hazard's waste, their skill in combat seeing many a traveler safely to their destination. When a man named Alekhine approaches them, he seems like just another ordinary customer, at least at first. But what he seeks is no mere trade route or profit. He seeks answers to what ended the world so long ago. The colonies are fractured, each race blaming the other for this disaster, and the only truth can bring them together. It's another kind of dystopian novelle. Then we have a book that I got in Phoenix Crate, which is an indie subscription box that I was interested in. And we have Shiloh by Helena Sorensen. And this is also the book 1 of a series. And this one says, a story to reacquaint you with courage. In a world of perpetual shadow, a boy is born wielding remarkable power over fire. Amos is 7 when he kills a shadow wolf and becomes a legend in Shiloh. Everyone is amazed by him and afraid that his father may be a madman. His father tells stories about a world beyond the shadow, a time before the shadow. People who tell those stories usually come to unfortunate ends. The year Amos and his best friend Simeon turn 12, they are itching to prove themselves. An impetuous plan to steal a beautiful lantern goes miserably awry, and the lantern's owner prophesies that Amos will be devoured by the shadow. For the first time, a seed of fear is planted in Amos's mind. When his father is killed by a shadow wolf on the last day of the great hunt, the fear takes hold. If so great and brave a man as his father could fall to the shadow, what hope does he have? Does anyone ever truly escape the shadow? Not the best synopsis, I will say, but still an interesting book, and it is a middle grade then. And lastly, I picked this up very recently at Alekhines, and that is Strange Gods by Alison Kimball. This one states, Spooky arrives at a wilderness boot camp for troubled teens with 2 suitcases and an ultimatum. Either she keeps her head down over the summer, or she won't be allowed home by the end of it. All she wants to do is survive the pyros, bullies, and power-tripping counselors, get through senior year, and start her life somewhere new. She'll do just about anything to protect that future. But when an encounter with another camper goes awry and ends with Spooky hiding in the woods, Spooky's the name of the character, by the way, something else finds her. Something ancient and powerful has sent out feelers, hoping to catch a human alone. For its purposes, one human is as good as any other. Even a delinquent teen will do. If Spooky wants to survive to see any kind of future, she will have to figure out how to gain leverage over a god. And as if this one wasn't bad enough, a pantheon of dark entities are lining up between her and the life she's always wanted. And just for a little taste, this is one of the gods that she ends up dealing with. This is described as like Alice in Wonderland meets Holes, by the way. Those are the 4 books that I've chosen to kick off the new year with. We'll pick one of them. I will try to, read as many as I can, but the one you guys want to read the most, you can select on the Discord or in the comments below. But yes, more indie books. So definitely check out my Discord. The link to join is in the description. And if you are an indie writer and you want to join in on the fun and get yourself your own book put into the mix, just leave me a comment below or on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, join the Discord and say that you're an indie writer. There will be a little tab for that. I'm also really bad at managing Discord, so bear with me. Join me over there and you can get your book into the mix. We will be honestly reviewing these, so I'm not going to sugarcoat things. If I don't like a book, I will point out the problems, okay? I'm not afraid to do that. I would expect anyone to do that to me because those kind of criticisms will help me. I don't want, bashing me for no reason, but with valid reason, I will criticize a book. Okay, we're going to be doing that, so you can put your book in if you dare. Chances are I'll probably like it, though, so we'll see. As long as you don't, kill animals and are horribly racist and sexist and things, usually that'll be a pass. So that is the Indie 2022 announcement project. Hope you guys all join me over on the Discord. There will be a lot of different things going on the Discord, but this is just one section of it, so feel free to join and hang out with me there. Hey! Questions and comments down below or Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. Check me out on Ko-fi if you want to support me as a content creator, and I will see you next time, cuties. Bye! Shiloh by Helena. Wow.